this noble initiative, and we see the difference that you are making in people who want to do business. Thank you so much. It is with great honor and appreciation that I stand before you today as a guest of honor at the Zimbabwe Women in Business Forum's Big Summit. Firstly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers for bringing us together under the theme From Start Up to Scale Up, Strategy for Business Growth. I personally think that this conversation is very vital, especially in the current economic landscape, where women entrepreneurs are not only shaping the future of business, but are also driving the social change and community development. I want to quickly run through some of the insights and the reflections that we may need to consider on how we as women may move forward in building our businesses. You know, we always say that in business, there is no one heads fit all kind of approach. Every business is unique. Every business founder is unique, and every environment that we operate in comes with its own challenges, its own advantages, and so on and so forth. So there will never be a solution like to everything, but it's up to you to look at your own situation, be realistic about it, and think of what works for you. But definitely it's not about what works for you only. You survive in an environment, so you have to be aware of the environment that you operate in. So my speech today is based on both theory and practice. Theory in the sense that I think I passed through where someone was teaching business administration, where someone was teaching business leadership. So from the theoretical point of view, if you are a business person, what is expected from you? But also, as somebody who started the brand Style by Minnie during lunchtime, selling clothes from my Mazda Familia, and people will be coming to buy clothes during lunchtime. So I also think I have one or two things that I can share from that experience. So the starting point is for you to be talking about a business, you have to have the idea. It doesn't just start from anywhere. What is it that you have in mind? But that idea has to be informed by the problems that are there in the target market that you want to target. It has to be informed by your passion. Because the problem with business is there will be days whereby business will be doing very well. But there will also be days whereby it's not doing well. So if it's during those days that the business is not doing well, at least it has to be something that I enjoy doing. So that's where passion comes in. So what we're saying is you have to have a dream. You have to know what you want to do. And you have to love what you want to do. Then, secondly, you have to have a solid foundation in many aspects. Remember that strategic business management and planning is not a once-off event. It is a process. There will be sleepless nights of planning. There will be frustrations. There will be a lot of things that you'll be dealing with. To understand that sometimes you may feel like this is not working. I cannot proceed. But On those days whereby you'll be feeling shaken, if you have a strong foundation, you will stand. Then the other issue is the ability to adapt to change, the willingness to learn continuously, and the resolve to develop yourself personally. You know, in today's digital age, we are dealing with issues of innovation. We are dealing with technology. And some of us are old school. It's so tempting to say, you know, zvino. But unogona kushedzawo kuti vakomana twechidiki utu tokuratidzawo kuti zvimwe zvinhu mama munoita so wotoona kuti zvakuita sei zvakutoita. So you mustn't be afraid to learn. But the mistake that I always see with us is that we want to act like we know everything. There is nobody who knows everything. You are going to be learning from the next person, even from your son or daughter. 9 years, 10 years, sometimes they start speaking to you, we're like, okay, I don't know this. And you are starting to learn from them. So, you know, pride comes before fall. If you are that person who's too proud to be learning from other people, I personally don't think in business you will make it. So as women, we must learn. We must seek mentorship. Is there a person who inspires you? If that person is there, yes, maybe some are not available. But if that person can be available to you, just be humble enough to go to them. I have followed your journey. I have seen what you are doing, and I'm willing to learn from you. Please, can you kindly assist me wherever you can? I know that you are a busy person. You may not have the time, but even 2-3 minutes of your time, I'll really appreciate. That's you speaking to your possible mentor. And I know that most people, they are willing to share their journeys. They are willing to teach other people how to do certain things. So if you are lucky enough to find that person, learn as much as you can from them. So, like I said, we live in a world whereby, as a business person, you cannot afford not to understand financial intelligence. You cannot afford not to understand issues of digital and social media marketing, data analytics, financial technology, artificial intelligence, to mention but a few. So those are the things that we are faced with. Someone was talking and saying that forego some of the luxuries that you always engage in and enroll in that short course. It's so easy these days. There are a lot of online courses that you can do. You don't have to really go there physically. So just do something and learn something. Then my next point will be networking. Hapana munhu anongoti ndinofamba ndega ndisingabatsirwi. You need that person who will be your bridge. You need that person who will speak for you when you are not there, because you cannot be everywhere. So networking is very important and fundamental when you are thinking of scaling up your business. So you have to build relationships with mentors, industry peers, customers, and various stakeholders. Because collaborations can open doors to new markets, to resources, and to knowledge sharing. So I really appreciate platforms that are like this summit, because that's when we can easily, in few minutes, be able to connect with people that are making a difference out there. So what I can say today, don't be shy. Just approach this next person and speak to them, if possible, exchange cards, and so on and so forth. But for people to be able, or for people to agree to be associated with you, you must be able to present in yourself in a way that people want to be associated with you. If I'm to speak from small business, personal branding is very important. Because people don't want to be associated with complicated things, if I could say. People want to be associated with clean kind of people, organizations. If you have scandals, people will shy away from you. So if you are serious with networking, if you are a small business, start with your personal grooming, your personal discipline. Are you a person who people want to be associated with? Are you a person that if you stand up to open your mouth, people will be looking down and saying, what is she going to say today? Or you are the person that people are comfortable to be with and say, okay, we know that she's okay to be associated with. So that's what I thought I could say, because when most people speak about networking, they just speak about your ability to be able to reach other people in organizations. But you also have to speak about making yourself to be that person that they think you are worthy to be in their network. Of course, the discussion won't be complete if we don't speak about the issues of resources and challenges that businesses face. And it's unfortunate that there can never be a speech that can solve the issue of resources in 1 minute or 2 minutes. But what we can say is be honest with yourself and the environment around you and see what funding options are available to you. What do you have yourself? Do you have that small house that you can use as a surety? If you're going to be using your house as a surety, make sure that you are getting into a business with all you have, because you may lose everything. But also, for you to be a successful business person, you have to be a risk taker. If you stay in your comfort zone, nothing will come out of it. Because if making money was easy, everybody would be a millionaire. There are people who go out of their comfort zone, and before you notice, it has worked. So, be it in getting resources or solving whatever challenges that you are facing in business, be honest with yourself, but go into it with all the discipline that you need. I always speak passionately about being disciplined. Because there are people that when they make money today, they want everyone in the neighborhood to know that they have made money. You know what? It's not your duty to prove to people that you have money. If you really have money, people would notice. So don't even try to prove to people. Don't even try to be engaged in things that you cannot afford. If you got money from a business, remember there's always restocking that has to happen. So if you take all that money and go and buy a very expensive designer bag or shoe, how are you going to stock for the next business? It's not going to happen. So financial discipline is very important. Without it, you make money for a short time and then you go out of business in a fast way that you can in. Remember that as women, you are catalysts for social change. As women entrepreneurs, our businesses have the power to be catalysts for social change, embedding principles of sustainable and ethical way of running businesses. Most importantly, considering the environmental impact of businesses that we are running and the corporate social responsibility that comes with it. We don't exist in a vacuum. Wherever we are operating, there are communities that we have to think of. Don't be a selfish business person that is all about you making money. But where you are operating, have you helped any person to rise? Have you helped any communities? Maybe you haven't. You may be a woman, maybe running multi-million dollar business. But do you know that there are some women in those communities that even if we were to give them $100 or $200 to start a chicken project, it can make a difference in their lives. So let's start to think about the communities that we operate in and be the catalyst for that change. And let's go there as women and make a difference. Because we are mothers, we understand that there are families that have to be taken care of. We understand that how it is like for a mother to have a day whereby they don't even know what they are going to be feeding their family. So let's be those people that make a difference in their lives. But after all that has been said, we cannot overlook the issues of belief and faith. If you are not a religious person, you can forget about what I'm about to say. But if you are a religious person like me, you have your faith. You pray about your business. You put in the hard work. And after you have done that, you wait for the Lord to bless the works of your hands. So let us commit to this journey with courage, clarity, and conviction. Together, we can transform our dreams into reality and create a vibrant, inclusive economy that reflects the strength and the potential of the Zimbabwean women. I thank you. I wish you a productive and inspiring summit. Stay blessed and have a good day.